there was people that were sharing things with me at that time through Messenger and Facebook about getting closer to Jesus. And I had never entertained that idea of actually coming to have a visualization in my mind where I'm sat with Jesus. So I'm just going to sort of describe something, and then I'm going to take you into it if you can, because it helped me to realise what this seeing the face of Christ means. So I'm going to describe it first and then I'll take you through it. So the description is that when we go into a visualisation and we join with Jesus, we're going to try to get into the way he sees us. We're going to try to shift into his mind and join that mind that looks upon us. And then when we're in that state, in that experience of that pure holy love, how he looks on us, we have to remember that particular experience and look at our brothers using that experience. So we use his holiness, his holy state of mind. And so seeing the face of Christ is holding a holy place in our mind where we look at our brother from that holiness. It's not about seeing someone's face turn into the face of Jesus. It's a perception. So perception is perceiving, is a way of interpreting or holding someone. So what we're doing is we're ignoring or overlooking what our eyes see and our ears hear when we look at our brother. So we're really going past. So what happens is when the ego looks at someone, it just instantly summarises something about the body. It just goes straight into action. It starts describing them straight away. Looks and it says they're like this, they're like that. It goes into comparisons and judgments. So when we move into this state where we're going to look at our brother from this state of mind, it cancels out all the thoughts and the voice of the ego that wants to describe and judge and go into interpretations of what the eyes see. And all that interpretation from the ego, it comes from the past, our past judgments. So it's a way of perceiving truly. And this is what Jesus, he wants us to get into our Christ mind. I want to see myself as the Christ. So when we do this practice, we actually start to experience ourselves as the Christ, because in truth, everything we see or say or hold in our minds about our brother, we're actually seeing it and feeling it and experiencing it in our mind, and that's what we're experiencing. So we come to know ourselves as the Christ by seeing our brother as the Christ, because we live in our mind. Our mind, every experience, all through the day, we're in our mind. We never leave our mind. Everything we think, we get a feeling and experience from. So the holy Christ mind doesn't really have thoughts. It only has really an experience of holiness. So holiness isn't really a thought, it's an experience. So now I've sort of described what we're going to do. And so we're going to give it a go now. I'll say a prayer for all of us. So Holy Spirit, Jesus, we come to you now We want to experience this Christ mind, and your instructions to us is to see it in our brother. And as we see it in our brother, we will get that experience ourselves. And so I desire that experience of that holy mind, the beautiful peace of God. I desire that. So I'm willing to just follow on, just follow through and just surrender everything and just say, yes, I'm willing to do this. I just want you to quieten your minds, and I want you to see yourself sitting opposite Jesus. Just remember that your mind will probably fight this experience. Just keep bringing it back. If it keeps going away, just bring it back. So just keep seeing Jesus sitting opposite you. And you might like to hold his hands. And look into his eyes. I want you to move into how he sees you. Try to shift your awareness into his mind. Remembering that he sees only your pure holiness. Sees nothing but pure love in you. Sees you as guiltless and sinless and perfect. I'm going to be quiet for a few minutes now and let you just try to do this experience. Now, you might have had some sort of visualization of something. For me, he was just hugging me. I could feel his warm embrace. I could feel totally loved. Totally just the beautiful love coming through. Even if you've got a glimpse of it, you've done well. Because the unworthiness that we feel, the guilt we feel, will be undone through this process. His love is the healing balm that heals us of all unworthiness and guilt. Now as you sit there and feel loved by him, that love that you're experiencing, I want you to remember it. I want you to remember that, just that purity, how he's looking at you. He doesn't see any sin or anything in you other than just perfect, pure love. I want you to really hold that, because that is how he wants you to look upon every brother here. He wants for you to transfer that experience to looking at everyone else. So you become the Christ mind, and you extend the Christ self, the Christ love to others. So what I want you to do now is keep your eyes closed, and I want you to bring your mother's face into your awareness. And I want you to put your hands around her face, cup it like she's your dear friend, your dearest friend. And I want you to just look into her eyes. You might feel your body all softening as you're releasing any resistance to doing this. You might feel something falling away. And I want you to just hold her as your dearest, beautiful friend. And just look into her eyes and just say, I love you. You are innocent. You are sinless. You are guiltless. I love you. I bless you. You are holy. You are perfect. Remember to bring the Christ mind. If you find your mind wandering, go back to sitting with Jesus and remember how he looks upon you. He sees your total purity. Feel your heart expanding with that love, that absolute pure love that he has for you. You might start to feel some tingling sensations all through your body as you feel his love fill you up. Now, bring your Father's face into your mind. Cup his dear face. Cup his dear face. I love you. I bless you. I see your innocence. I see you as my holy brother. You are guiltless. You are sinless. You are the perfect Christ. I'm looking beyond your body. I'm letting go of the past. I'm only interested in seeing the purity and holiness of you. I let go of everything. Just see the beauty of you. Come back to Jesus. Feel his love. Feel his embrace. Feel his appreciation for what you just did. Feel his warm embrace, his love radiating out towards you, filling you up. Now come back to holding a partner, an ex-partner, a current partner, some partner that you've had. If you have any resistance, just say to yourself, I'm willing to let this go, to have the peace of God. I'm willing to let everything drop away that is not love. So cup their dear face. Feel your heart overflowing with love. Feel this heart full of love expanding out and enveloping them, you. Look past bodies. Look past the face and the body and just hold them. See the innocence. I love you. I bless you. See yourself saying these words to them. Let go of all resistance to saying this. Look into their eyes and see the beauty that is there. Hold your intention to go past all the false perceptions. Hold their face. It is my dear brother, my dear friend, who's one with me. I see your sinlessness. I see your guiltlessness. I see your perfection. I see you as the love of God. I love you, dear brother. We are one. Feel your heart opening up even more. Feel a softness and a gentleness. You might feel a lot of tension releasing out of your body. And come back to Jesus, sitting with Jesus. And once again feel, experience how much he loves you. Look into his eyes. See, feel this beautiful exploding love. If your mind wanders off, just bring it back. There can be some resistance to this beautiful love. Just let go of any unworthiness to sit with Jesus. Let it go. Feel his arms around you again, appreciating you. For doing this. Now picture a child, one of your children, or someone else's child that you know. It doesn't matter who it is. Just try to pick a child that you have the most resistance to love. Bring them to mind, see their face. If you feel any resistance, just let it go, let it pass. Just drop it. Hold their face. See their big smile on their face as they're going to get the blessing from you. They just love to receive it. Look into their eyes. See the purity, the absolute perfection. I love you. I bless you. I see your perfection. You are perfect. You are whole. You are complete. You are sinless. You are beautiful. You are love. Look past everything that might be coming up to try to block that. Just say yes to yourself, I want to go past anything that's coming up. This is for me, and this is for everyone. Hold that child's face. Just bless them with the purity of the Christ mind. Now let's go to the most difficult person you have in your life. If you've already done them, you can do the second most difficult person. Anyone will do. You probably know who they are already. What we can't see is that what we think is in them is actually coming from us. So as we do this blessing, we remove it. We remove it from our own mind. So hold this person's face. Say, I'm willing to go past all resistance to seeing their innocence. This is for me. This is for me to come to the peace of God. Look into their eyes. Hold their dear face. This dear one is calling for love. Everything they say and do is just calling out to be loved. And we are now the one to provide that. Cup this dear one's face and look into their eyes. Dear friend, I love you. And see their smile. You are innocent. You are the love of God. If their face fades, keep bringing it back. Keep being willing. You are my holy brother. I love you and I bless you. Give this person a really big hug. Really go out, give them the biggest hug you've ever given anyone. Wrap them up in your love. hold them tightly and whisper in their ear, "You are loved." Just hold them, because you're holding yourself. You are loved. Now I want you to come out of the meditation slowly and gently. We'll just go into a bit of quietness now. As you've probably had lots of emotions as you've done that meditation. You've been confronted with resistance, but also expanded. It doesn't matter how you did today. No one's judging you. Don't judge yourself. Don't let the ego go back through what you did and judge you. Even if you've had one tiny glimpse or one tiny little bit of something fall away today, you have advanced. Even the tiniest advance is a huge step. If you don't feel you got anything out of it, that doesn't matter. It has worked, even if you didn't feel it may have.